Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rise of the White Sun. Now, I had a request to play this, and I've been a while of this. Oh, I can hear myself. I've been aware of this one for a fair while, actually. This comes from the developer of Culture of Battle, Stalingrad, and I think Barbarossa is the name of the original one. It's an interesting game, and it's great because my undergraduate degree has just been finished off, basically. But I specialise in modern Chinese history, but a little bit more modern than this. I'm aware of this period, but the Warlord period is immensely complex, but it's immensely bloody interesting, so this is really quite fun. So looking forward to this. We'll have to see how things go, but if you guys do enjoy it, I'd very much ask that you consider donating via coffee, or becoming a patron, or a little PayPal donation. The music is more than likely copyrighted, so we'll see about that. I think I will run with the music, just give a more authentic experience, but yeah, we'll go with that then. So, we'll get rid of this here. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the main menu, and I'll bring things up here then in just a moment. Okay, here we are. Welcome to Rise of the White Sun. And I do love the steel game art. I love that. A little press kit over there. Always a handy thing to have. So, yes. What we're going to be doing here today, then, is going to take the 1920 sandbox. And we're going to go ahead and play as Sun Yat-sen, as the Tongmen Wei. Basically, what will be the Kuomintang, the Guomindang. And we're trying to unify the nation through the free principles of the people, essentially. So this is going to be quite fun. There are other nations. There's quite a lot of choice, actually. A ridiculous amount of choice. And it does encourage me to continue reading, and especially really read more upon this actual period, because this is incredible. Like, we even have the Baron over here, so the Russian Civil War is coming to its end, and the fate of the White Russians is now obvious. But while other groups are seeking refuge in Manchuria, Roman von Ungern-Sternberg and his Asiatic cavalry divisions embrace a more epic vision, restoring Genghis Khan's empire. Genghis Khan Empire. Yep, and then freeing Russia from the Bolsheviks. We have another Russian white faction over here, which is really interesting. We could also attempt to restore the Tibetan Empire, so a lot to be done. And we have the major warlords over here, so this is really great. Yeah, there's Zhang Zolin. Yeah, who knows, it's going to be fun. We'll be going there soon enough. So indeed, there's a lot to be done here. You even have the Communist Party over here, which is pretty interesting. So you get some pretty interesting characters like, and it's really awesome being able to say like Li Dajiao. It's a lot. You actually do see them, and it's pretty awesome. So this game is really quite personally exciting for me. So this is what I've been playing just for my own amusement more than anything else, and just learning and reinforcing learning and just seeing it in a different way, actually. But yes, we're going to go ahead and get started here then. I have turned off the music, but I will turn it back on once we get in here. So this is a 1920 sandbox, so we have the entirety of China here, and we shall choose the objective, which is going to be historical goals over here. And the victory conditions essentially come from... Yeah, so... Essentially we're going to be looking to unify. So here we are, we'll get launched in here. So... August 1920, as the northern militaries are fighting each other, Sun Yat-sen seized that opportunity to make his comeback in Guangdong. I should let it go before I start reading it. Oh, I can go ahead and press enter here. And the province is in the hands of the military government, controlled by the Guangxi clique, but it is undermined by internal dissent and its power is crumbling. In Fujian, Chen Jiangming experimented with success with self-government policies. He is now ready to implement his ideas on the whole of Guangdong province. The military campaign to oust the Guangxi clique will be facilitated by many Guangdong officers, ready to rally his cause and yours. To his cause and yours, or his cause and yours. Qing Jiangming will be your military arm in this reconquest. We should be aware of him. In your opinion, Qing behaves more and more like a warlord, and his political agenda may conflict with yours. Hey, to that, Alex, good to have you. Yeah, exactly. You actually get to watch this one. This one's going to be exciting. Right, okay, so we have Liao Zhongkai. This is where I'm going to have to, I'm going to bugger up the pronunciations here. Mainly because I'm not entirely sure of, which to emphasize with opinion, but yeah, we'll go. In fairness, opinion wasn't a thing at this point, so hey ho. Right, so Lieutenant of Sun Yat-sen, Finance Minister of the National Government of Guangzhou, craftsman of the alliance between the Communists and the Nationalists, leader of the left wing of the GMD, Liao Zhongkai is an essential figure. And of course, we do have Sun Yat-sen. Sun Yat-sen is one of the founders of the Kuomintang, but also the first president of the Republic of China. In 1912 and 1917, he led a government in Guangzhou with the goal of reunifying the country. He studied abroad in Hawaii and later graduated in medicine in Hong Kong, where he embraced Christianity. From then on, he spent his time touring the world to raise funds for the revolution and organize uprisings. When the Qing dynasty finally fell, he became China's first president. He founded the Kuomintang Party to support his political goals, but was forced into exile by Yan Shikai. Yan Shikai is really interested. Like, it'd be really cool to play Yan Shikai, but he's already dead at this point, so that's a shame there. How you doing that SD League? You're going to see here in a moment. Wow! Mandarin, yeah, well, we'll see about that. After a failed attempt in 1917 at creating a rival government in Guangzhou, he's sure his time has come at last, and it will come. So Sun Yat-sen, enthusiastic. I do love a little bit of roleplay in this game. So the noble warlords are busy fighting each other. The time has come for my glorious return to Guangzhou. The city is still in the hands of your enemies? Sun Yat-sen, I have ordered Chen Zhongming to oust them from Guangzhou. Our armies are departing from Chen's base in Fujian. Our armies departed from Chen's base in Fujian will drive them out. Their internal descent destroyed their cohesion. They will collapse at the first fight. Peoples of the Guangdong can no more stand the domination of some Guangxi warlord. We will aim to take over Guangdong province. I don't know about in the entirety. There's some elements of it that are not really worth it, and it's a bit of a pain in the backside keeping like the bandits out. But we'll see. Chen's armies are Chen's armies, not ours. Indeed, I don't trust Chen. He refuses to take the oath of loyalty to me. He also has these childish, non-practical federalist ideas and a ridiculously excessive pride. Foreign journalists praise his actions in Fujian too much. He now believes he has national destiny. I'm not even sure he will let you come back to Guangzhou. This is why I need your resolute action to prepare for my comeback. I need you to help Chen Zhongming by bribing our enemies' armies and to rally the Guangzhou population to our cause. Our generous sponsors gave us enough money to buy enough sincere friends. Once Guangzhou will be freed, I will come back and he won't dare stop me. I will do as you wished. Okay, so, historical, here we go. So you start without an army, no territory, and a lone character. If you are not yet a seasoned player, I bet you'll feel a bit lost here. I play a little bit enough, so I know more or less what to do for the most part. So what happened historically? So Chen Zhongming pushed the old Guangxi clique out of Guangdong and let Sun Yat-sen come back in Guangzhou to create a new government. Compete with the official Chinese government in Beijing. Chen Zhongming and Sun Yat-sen quickly opposed each other on the way to unite China, on how to unite China. For Sun Yat-sen, only a northern military expedition could achieve that goal, while Chen Zhongming advocated a more peaceful federal solution. The situation evolved into a tense series of coups and assassinations until Sun Yat-sen was finally forced to take refuge again in Shanghai. Sun Yat-sen will be dead in about 5 years, actually. Excuse me, he dies in 1925 from... Is it some kind of bowel cancer? I can't remember. I think it's cancer, actually. Something of that nature. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I know he dies in 1925 or so. Now... You need to help Chen Zhongming's troop to take Guangzhou. This is the condition for Sun Yat-sen's political comeback. Use bribery and enemy armies. Yeah, we don't need pirates. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the music back on, as I mentioned. So we'll have that on there. Hopefully it's not too loud. Right, okay. So this is essentially how the game will look. It's really, really stylized, and I really do like that. It's very Chinese, and I'm a big fan of that. So we have Guangdong province over here. We have Guangxi province over here, and we'll have to consolidate our province, our power in the provinces. I think aiming for Guangdong, Guangxi, Fujian would be a really nice province. Hunan, Jiangxi, Guizhou is not really very rich. There's some welfare, but not much at all. Guangdong is quite rich. Guangzhou is really quite valuable, 215, but we can boost that if we so wish to do so. But essentially, we have Chen Zhongming's forces over here in Fujian. So you can see that we have the Guangdong army over here. Yeah, exactly. And another Guangdong army. Xuzhongji. Again, I've been mispronunciating all of this, but we'll get by. Right, so Chen Zhongming has about 4 armies, give or take there. You can see his control here. China is very much divided here. There are quite a lot of warlords, and there's even more bandits, so we'll bear that in mind. So in terms of Guangdong province itself then, so if we take a look around here, for example, yes, there's bandits. These are pirates in particular. We can recruit them, but it will reduce our standing with a lot of the population. There is a Guangdong army over here, led by Shen Hongying, or at least he's the actual commander of the army. He's not likely to be leading it himself. So Guangdong develops extensive trade links with China and the broader world, welcoming European merchants who extensively use Guangzhou as a preferred trade port. When the 19th century came, with the 19th century came the Opium Wars, stripping the province of more land given to the Europeans. Hong Kong is British, Guangzhou to the French. Guangdong is known to be the homeland of many Chinese who immigrated overseas. Due to its direct contacts with the West, Guangdong has been at the forefront of anti-Manchu and anti-imperialist fight. The birthplace of Dr. Sun Yat-sen, Guangzhou will be the place from where our party will unite China. So there's no governor of Guangdong, or at least no officially recognized. Outside support is an interesting thing. You can interact with them. In terms of outside support, I've not played enough to actually really know if that is a thing. But how we're going to go ahead and play this to begin with then. So we have Liao Zhongkai over here. Yep, there we go. So you can see he's pragmatic, he's charismatic, he's from Guangdong, which makes a big difference, and is a southerner. That makes a big difference. Currently we have 4 Qi, which is essentially how many actions we have. We have 50 face. This is what we can use as a form of currency, mainly for gain and control of additional characters. We have cash, that's going to come in handy, and we have supporters. Supporters are useful. Guns, we don't really have much in the way of guns right now, but in the future we will. Yeah, that's true. So you can see here the roles that we're capable of: diplomat, feudist and polemicist, statesman, civil servant, and governor, and a gentry member, businessman. Yeah, so he's pretty useful. He's going to be quite good. I do love these artistic renditions, they're really quite cool. So essentially what we can do here then is we can get stuck in, and we can support Qing Zhongming if I so wish to do so. Like for example, I could bribe these armies and that will reduce their loyalty. So for example, if they're given an order to move, they're not likely to move. If they are involved in a fight, they're more likely to run away, or they're just not going to fight very effectively. You can see their morale over here, training. So the green club over here represents the fact that these are green troops, are hardened, is represented by diamond, and elite is a golden spade. Now, I think that's green. More elite troops are over here. Okay, so that's gold, and that's a Yunnan army, which is led by Li Liajun. Now, this guy, we can recruit him, and when we recruit him, we actually gain control of his army. The only thing is, armies are expensive, and I'm not super enthusiastic about having too many armies, because I have to afford them, and I'd rather go ahead and develop the actual province itself. We'll actually develop Guangzhou to begin with. Alright, okay. So, there's a number of ways we can proceed here. And essentially, we need about 130 here to recruit the Fu army. I don't necessarily have to do that. Like I mentioned earlier, I could bring on board Li Liajun. Li Liajun. I think that's pronounced correctly, but I could be wrong. Right now I don't have access to him because we have Wang Jingwei, who's going to be great in the future, love that, Hu Hanmin. So I need Sun Yat-sen to come back before I can actually recruit him. So what we can go ahead and do then is... oh, by the way, Alex and SD League, you're both German, so, you know, do the German things, say hello. But yes, so I could bring him on board, but I'm going to go ahead and wait until I have the actual money to afford it. It will hurt our standing with the people here, but it does ensure that we will take Guangzhou and actually secure it. So, we'll see. But what I'm going to go ahead and do here then to begin with is I'm not going to enter into the city. Okay, so we do have a tax collector over here, so more Rangxin. I'm not going to interact with them. So you can see here, this is controlled by the old Guangxi clique, which is led by Lu Longting. Born in a peasant family, he belonged to several secret societies before joining the army. He has since been involved in all the important fights in southern China, backed by the Beijing government. He's the actual governor of Guangxi and relies on the solidarities with the Zhuang ethnic group to govern. A new Guangxi clique emerged to contest his authority and oust him from the province. So we don't really need to have to do too much with him here. Yeah, exactly. Right, so I have a couple options. I could actually just do very little right now. I could begin to actually build some influence within Guangzhou, but I don't really need to do that right now. Yeah, Secret Societies would have win there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is actually just skip forward here, and I'm quite happy just to give it a turn and build up some funds. So go to the next turn here. So you can see that Chen Zhongming's armies have begun marching here into Guangdong. So we can see then, yeah, they engaged. Wow, they lost 7,000 men. That is a lot of men to lose. That is a lot of men. Okay. Somebody did ask the developer of that, and he responded by saying, right now, no, you can't restore the Qing. You can restore like a traditionalist sort of China. There are warlords that can do some pretty crazy stuff, but it's not really like a Qing restorationist faction. They're kind of, what was left of them is kind of like even less so now by this point in 1920. I forget. Oh, there was a warlord who actually did take control of like Beijing and parts of the north, and did actually restore the Qing for a short period of time, actually. But yeah, that didn't go very well. Anyhow, so you can see that this has been taken here. So if I scroll out, I can see that Chen Zhongming's like certain control over here. We have the British in Hong Kong. We have the Portuguese over here in Macau. And I have cash here to work with. So there's a number of ways this can go. And what I'm kind of waiting on here then is just to make sure I can do this well. So there's a third army over here. They're green. You can see that they have a number of rifles. They seemingly are lacking on machine guns and etc. But what I'm going to go ahead and do here then is essentially just give it another turn or two. I'm just going to wait for some armies to move around. Jiaojing would be really great to take, actually. That's a very viable city there. Right, okay. This army, the Fu army, is actually fairly useful. Now, I could recruit them and turn them into... I don't know. It's one of those. It's like I can wait for Qin Zhongming to take Guangzhou. And it means I get to keep this influence. But it means I don't have direct control of Guangzhou. And I'd rather have direct control and rather directly control. Because we will eventually have to go to war with Qin Zhongming. Or just ignore him, but I'd rather defeat him. So what we'll do here then is we'll give it one more turn. Build up some cash. Right, so you can see some pirates have moved over here. They're not really too dangerous. So they're still in position right now. There's an economic boom over here. Economic boom's actually pretty good to have. Right, Qing Zhongming's moved in here, taking these. Okay. Alright. What I can go ahead and do then is, because we only need 130, is I'm going to go ahead and spend some of this cash over here. So what we're doing here then, so who's talking about treason here? Now this is just a story of an officer returned to the fall for the great good of China. Of course, every officer should be rewarded with a promotion, and this is what you are promising these men. The officers are quite unsatisfied with their actual conduct to the war. Yeah, so essentially what I'm doing here is reducing their loyalty, increasing their relation with us. And essentially once it gets to a point of where loyalty has swung so much towards us, we can actually take control of the army. But essentially this army is not going to fight very effectively now. Its loyalty is going to be suspect. Okay, I see. So they took care of the pirates over there. The Guangdong army over here. These guys are also green. They've been paid as well, so they're going to be more loyal. But that's okay, we can take our time here. I could oh, actually, you can see, yes, you can see the morale of the Third Army has dropped off considerably. So I'm going to go ahead and actually bribe the Guangdong Army. It's going to be harder to bribe them, but if I can take them down with bribes, it is worthwhile. So we'll check on their morale, etc. next turn. Okay. Qing Zhongming's making good headway. Okay. They're still alright, but I feel like this is probably a good time to move then. Yeah, their morale is very, very low, which means it'll be rather ineffective. Now, this is going to suck. It is going to tank our influence, but I'm going to go for it. So recruit them. This is the story of honorable fighters, forced by contrary destiny to hide in the mountains, now return to the fold for the great good of China. The bandits joins your side under your command. You lose 50 phase influence over all classes in the district, -10. So this is not great. Bandits are really awful as well, because they will cause problems. But we do have the full army under our command right now. And what I'm going to go ahead and do here... Yep, there you go. So you can see, as soon as we do take control of the army, the Guangdong army did march in here to do combat with us. So they lost 1,500, we lost 1,000 men here. But we hold the day. Our morale has dipped a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pay these troops. They're not the cheapest troops to pay. But they're paid, and their morale has increased. Now, I can go ahead and reclaim the district, and essentially that will mean that I assert control over the area. And I'd like to go ahead and do that, most because I could spend some face right now, and I could recruit a leader, but I don't actually have a military leader, so I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to need to have Li Liajian. I'm going to need to have him. So we can assert control of Guangzhou now, and it will lay the conditions down for the return of Sun Yat-sen. It may be slightly too early, but this is the best opportunity I have to take this. The armies of Chen Jiangming are moving through the province, so I want to take control while I have the opportunity. You can see that the full army here has just over 5,000 rifles. More rifles than we have men. We have a number of coolies. Coolies are essentially like our labourers, porters. When we're on the rail line, it doesn't actually matter terribly much anyway. Once you move off the rail line, it matters, so yeah. But what we'll do then is we'll take a risk and reclaim the province. So now we have Guangzhou under our actual direct control. And if I move into the city here, I love the fact you get these actual maps. They're really, really awesome. So you can see in the city, and they're really nice, really, really nice. So you can see in the city we have the Xiamen Concession, Senyan, Xiamen, however you want to pronounce that. We have the Guangdong Chamber of Commerce, the police precinct over here. We have the mechanics union over here. So I could build some influence over here if I so wish to do so. I'm not going to go ahead and do that. We will get the parliament around here somewhere in the future, or at least the governor. That'll be coming soon. Yeah, the game is pretty deep, actually. No, we definitely do not own the South. Like, this is all of China. So, and there's some crazy stuff. Like, if I go over here to... Right, okay. So, we have Beijing over here. And you can see that foreign powers have some interests or assets in this district. So, we have French, British, Japanese, the US, and there's also the Soviets here. You can see that this is being... if I go ahead and actually click on... Yeah, Gile Clique, I think it's Gile, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Wu Peifu, this guy is going to be really, really influential in the future. He's a really interesting guy. But right now he's leading the clique, or at least is in control of it. And he's very powerful. So he has about 105,000 men, which doesn't sound like a lot, but this is actually quite a lot of actual men. You can see these are the members of the faction, you can see these are the allies of the faction, you can see his richest fac. We're not. And yeah, he controls some quite choice cuts of China. Because they see that we have Zhejiang province, Fujian province, Guangdong province, Hunan province, Guizhou, Guangxi, Yunnan, Sichuan, Shanxi. Oh, Shanxi. Okay, Shanxi. Okay, Sichuan. I'm gonna mispronounce a lot of these ones. Chaha. Yeah, some of these get changed down in the future. Oh, Heilongjiang. I like that one. In Mongolia, we should have the Baron around here. We can see that we have red partisans over here. Is this the Baron? I don't think it's the Baron. Oh, Nikolai. Oh, so these are Russians over here. Okay. Where's the Baron? I don't know. It's around here somewhere. Not over here in... Is it in Xinjiang? He's around here somewhere. Oh, is this... White Russians over here? There we go. Arenberg, Cossacks. White raid into Red territory. White Russians conducted a raid from China. Raids from the White Army to the Bolshevik-held territories are futile endeavours. The tide of the Russian Civil War cannot be reversed. These raids have direct diplomatic consequences with China. The relationship between the USSR and the faction owning the province capital where these attacks originate from will deteriorate. Yep, okay. That's going to cause problems. And you can have, like, Bolshevik invasions here. Um, no, I don't think there's multiplayer. I think it is just single player. Arguably, you could do like a hot seat thing. I can't see why you couldn't. Oh, you can. You can conquer it. It's not so bad. It's just one of those games where it's unapologetically involved, shall we say. Anyhow, let's take a look then. So over here, we do have our good old man here. Without a chi right now, but I do have some cash. But I don't really have much to do. Men have a problem with opium. We can eventually get rid of that, but that's not going to be easy. I could equip these men with additional armaments, but I'm actually going to hold on to these because these are pretty damn valuable. Saying that, anyway, I can't bribe them right now, so I'm kind of hoping that things will go in our favor. But we'll see. Can I bring them on board yet? No, I need Li. Anyway, we'll go for it. So, Qinjiang Sun Yat-sen should stay in Shanghai. Guangdong needs peace now. It is becoming a model province. It is by becoming a model province ruled by its people that Guangdong will influence the Chinese policy. There is no other path than a federalist China to reunite and rebuild the country. Dr. Sun's constitutionalist idea would simply would imply a military venture to unify unwilling factions, and this country can't afford more destruction. The Navy and some commanders don't share your opinion. Are you threatening me of some civil war? That would be unwise. I have a full support of the people of the province. What legitimacy? I don't often hear that. Legitimacy would you have left if you took the power by force against the will of the people? So do have this here. So some commanders join your faction. I am just seeking compromise. Unless Sun Yat-sen makes a strong statement in favour of federalism, I won't let him come back. Knowing him, such a statement won't be a problem. I love the little bit like sass. Sun Yat-sen, ostensibly bored reading the draft of a statement. Let the people in each province establish their self-government, write their own provincial constitution, and elect their own governor. Let the power of the central government be shared with the provinces, and the power of the provinces be shared with the countries. Also with the counties. It is only under these conditions that we may reunite the divided republic with the principle of self-government and achieve unification without the use of force and unnecessary burdens of the people. Whispering, is that bullshit good enough? Okay, great. Okay, there's a clear statement. And let's talk about the future of China. It's possible to gather here most of the 1912 Parliament members to elect a new president for China. The constitution will be restored and the country will have a real new legal government here in Guangzhou. I need you to help me in this task. There will be resistance. Gathering members of the old parliament and convince them to elect me as the president of China should not be that difficult. If some of them prove to be reluctant, just bribe them. Sun Yat-sen and other officials are back in Guangdong. You can now interact with government on the Guangzhou map. I will gather the members of parliament for you. Okay, so this is where things become interesting. Now we've had a number of due to the return of Sun Yat-sen to Guangzhou, we actually do have Sun Yat-sen down here now. And yeah, with his return, we also do have a number of commanders that have moved to our side here, which is great. So we have a Yunnan army over here, and I can bring them on board. The only issue, well, actually they're already on board, so I didn't have to spend anything there. I don't have him as a character, so I can bring him on. We do have Jiang Jiexi. This is Chiang Kai-shek. Yeah, here you go, Jiang Jiexi. You're in the west of Chiang Kai-shek. Jiang Jiexi was appointed director of the One Power Military Academy in 1924. After the power struggle following the death of Sun Yat-sen in March 1925, he emerged as one of the key figures and successfully advocated the Northern Expedition. As his star rises, his relationship... Essentially, you have, like, the confrontation comes down to, like, Jiang Jiexi and Wang Jingwei. Like, Wang Jingwei leads the leftist Kuomintang in Changsha, and then you have, like, Jiang Jiexi in, like, Nanjing, Shanghai. And then you have, like, basically the liquidation of the communists and the leftists, basically. And then you have, like, the split between, like, the rightists and the leftists. And the CCP KMT alliance breaks down. It will be back, though. It does have a sequel. Okay. So we do have him on board, and I'm actually really, really keen on bringing him down here to Guangzhou so I can actually secure that. But I'm going to go ahead and reclaim the district. Now, it's an interesting one, because I probably do want to bring him on board. Because he's already here, he already does have an army. Statesman, civil governor. Jiang Jiexi is not really a Jiexi. I'm mispronouncing that, but you know. Li Lijun does actually have statesman and governor, which is actually pretty useful, so I'm going to bring him on board. So we'll spend about 100 face to bring him on board. You can see everybody else becomes more expensive there. There's some really interesting people there. We have Tang Shouyi. Tang Shouyi was sent at 12 to study abroad in the United States. Back in China, he completed his studies at the Tianjin Naval Academy. Supported for his courage and his talents as a diplomat by Yang Shikai, he held many important positions in Chinese diplomacy, often negotiating directly with the foreign powers. In 1917, he supported Dr. Sun Yat-sen's government in Guangzhou. In 1919, Tang served as a representative of the military government in the south during the North-South peace talks. We have Ma Junwu. As a student in chemistry and metallurgy, he studied in Shanghai, at the Kyoto University, and in Germany. He was one of the first to join the Tongbang Way. After the revolution, he went back to China to serve as the deputy director of the industrial department of the Nanjing Provisional Government, and when the second revolution failed, he returned in Germany to study engineering at the University of Berlin. He later served as Minister of Communication of Dr. Sun Yat-sen's Guangzhou military government in 1917. We have Hu Hanmin. Now this guy's really interesting. Hu Hanmin is... Oh, Wu Tingfang is actually a really interesting guy as well. They're all really interesting. So Hu Hanmin is a early member of Dr. Sun Yat-sen's Tongbang Way. He has a long experience as a revolutionary against the Qing and became governor of Guangdong after the 1911 revolution. Now a member of the Kuomintang Central Committee, he's a vocal opponent of cooperation with the communists. This complex character is involved in military matters, but is also known as a calligrapher and a poet. And then we have Wang Jingwei. Wang Jingwei acquired a revolutionary aura in the late 1910s for having plotted the assassination of the regent Prince Zaifang. Freed during the revolution, he would not break free politically until much later, with the rapprochement of the Kuomintang with the Communist Party. Today, this brilliant orator passes for one of Sun Yat-sen's heirs. Yeah, Kobold's quite nice, actually. And we have Zhang Jixi. Yep, he goes around saying that Wu Tingfang. So this season, Qing Dynasty official is maybe one of the best diplomats and jurists in China. He studied abroad and is the first Chinese to obtain a foreign lawyer qualification. We can say that he has indeed been the first in many areas. Wu Tingfang has been the first Chinese barrister, the first Chinese legislative council member in Hong Kong. In 1911, he supported the revolution and later served as Minister of Foreign Affairs in Duan Qiru's government. Wu even served as acting Prime Minister. And then we have Cheng Qian. Cheng Qian abandoned his project to pass the imperial examinations to embrace military career. More adapted to the troubled times, sent to Japan to study, he met there many young revolutionaries. He fought on the revolutionary side during the 1911 and 1913 revolutions, and again in 1915 against Yang Shikai. He commanded the Southern Hunan army, but did not go along well with Tan Yikai and was forced to resign. Okay. Right. A lot to work with there. And Tang over here, so gentry, but we already have that in the form of Liao Zhongkai. Diplomat, fierce polemicist, we've already got that. Ma Junwu. Who's pretty amazing, actually. He has a lot of statesman, officer, political worker, terrorist. Yeah, he's pretty ballsy. Terrorist, diplomat. A lot there. Wu, again, is a pretty good guy to have. Yeah, so I think Hu Hanmin would be a good guy to bring on board. We have now a commander. We have Sun Yat-sen, our generalissimo, and we have Liao Zhongkai. So I think we'll bring him on in the future. Yeah, more or less, they become competing factions for the future of China. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and reclaim control over here. And I'm going to have the army move to the south. Oh, I'm going to have to issue that order. Okay, they're not moving. That's not good. Could have done with them moving. Right, we'll just pull out from Guangzhou. Right, they're currently pinned, but I can't bank on that. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do then is I'm going to use one of... Like, Dr. Sun Yat-sen is an actual beast. He gets 6 chi per turn. I'm going to go ahead and actually use him to recruit some soldiers here. So we gain 5,000. Yeah, the influence of new recruit, yeah. They're not going to be great. But I'm going to have at least enough troops to hold on to Guangzhou. One would assume. So... we'll need them, but yeah, we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. This is a new China. This is a new history. So you can see here, bandits. I could turn them into regular soldiers, and it will increase their morale and their loyalty. Also, we get rid of some of the issues of them being bandits. Like, bandits are pretty nasty to have. They will cause problems. You can see that they attempted to fight here. So right now I've got 5 artillery, 20 machine guns. Yeah, this is a one-way action. In the Warlord era, no commander will ever give their military means away, even to their own faction. So once these are given, they are never coming back. So you have to be really quite careful which army you choose to arm, because they will not come back. So you've got to be quite careful. You've got to have them on board, really. Now, currently they're green because obviously they've been diluted. So this would be the army I'd presumably... And again, as you bring more men in, they do need to be trained. Like, right now, their morale's pretty low. So we're going to have Li Liaojun take the salute. So as you pass among the troops, you're overwhelmed by a feeling of anger. These are not soldiers, but a herd of stray dogs. That officers can sense your incremental wrath and start sputtering poor excuses. You need to take action. Make your best inspirational speech. Impose an iron discipline and harsh punishment. So it raises morale, but diminishes loyalty. But we need loyalty. Well, we also need morale, in fairness. I'll boost their morale. Loyalty can be achieved, but I need their morale up here. Right. Okay. And I'll take the salute once again. And we'll go for Iron Discipline. And then I'm going to focus on basically boosting their loyalty. I can have him directly lead the army if I so wish to do so. It does mean that he could be potentially taken prisoner if the army decides to go AWOL or something of that nature. It also does mean that if the army is defeated, he may be killed in battle, but it's often an interesting one. They complain about not having enough coolies, so I'll recruit some coolies over here. Random go. So they have enough logistical support now that they're not complaining. I can't move in this turn, but we have at least adequate numbers here now. So, if we go over here to Guangzhou, the problem is that we have, like, Guangzhou, the tax has been collected by Liao and Zhongkai, which is not really a problem. Like, I can transfer the funds between them, it's just a bit of a pain. I'd rather have it on Sun Yat-sen, but that's okay. So we're going to have Sun Yat-sen enter into the city here. So, right now in the actual city, you can see that, yeah, the association. So this is essentially, like, the reigning political faction here. Oops, didn't mean to click that. Our own, well, keep clicking that. Our own character influence here is pretty nil. There's no CCP influence. There's not really Warlord influence. There's not even GMD influence. So we're going to go ahead and work on that. So we do have the Guangdong government. So at 1% you can bribe the parliamentarians. At 25% you can create a traitor annihilation call to intimidate the parliamentarians and gain more terrorist characters in your character reserve pool. At 50%, if you've created the traitor annihilation call, you can threaten parliamentarians. At 100%, you can create the Guangzhou government. Once the government has been created, new actions will be available, like printed paper money and launching the Northern Expedition. Yeah, I think so anyhow. I'm not fully clued up on the late stages of the game, but things like that probably will happen, probably can happen. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is, like, bribe these guys with a little bit of cash here. I could actually rally them to my side if I so wish to do so. But apparently their morale, as far as I'm aware, is pretty negligible. I'm not all that interested in it. It does also mean that I have more arms to pay, so I'm going to avoid that. So, alright, everything's spent up. We'll go into the following week. So we could buy artillery from foreign powers. You need to have a high relationship and a major port. How to increase my relations. Okay. Give them exploitation rights of a district and they should appreciate you. However, they also have their own agenda evaluation of the economic and political risks. They may well turn off your offer. Giving away China's richness to foreigners may earn you the infamous title of lacking the foreign powers, so think twice before committing to such an action. Now, we do have a good deal of political backing. One thing I haven't found out yet is how to see how much cash you're going to get in a turn. I don't know where that is. But we do gain, we've got some okay financial backing. And we're having, like, control of Guangzhou. Yeah, you can see the exact over here. We managed to repulse them. Not easily, but we managed to repulse them. Morale kind of sucks. Right, one is never too far-sighted. Right. So these guys are actually fairly expensive. This man knows how to make enemies. Okay, that's not great. Eesh. Right, so what we're going to go ahead and do then is go into Guangzhou. We're going to begin to build up. Yep, so we'll gather the parliamentarians. This will be a long road. 30 to 40 parliament members of the previous parliament left town, and only 1/4 of the remaining are in favour of an immediate and direct election of a president. It will be a long road to convince a majority of parliamentarians to revive the government in Guangzhou. Lin San is available in your character reserve pool. Okay. So we'll begin bribing, and we'll begin building up our influence here. Lin Sen over here, okay. Yeah, veteran of the resistance, struggled against the Japanese in Taiwan, then against the Qing dynasty. Lin Sen is a highly respected figure in the Kuomintang. He used to be an organizer of the Kuomintang section. Kuomintang. Today he is very worried about rapprochement between the party and the communists. Okay. But it's not super useful for me right now. I could recruit outside as well, so we have personal connections here. In these times, men sometimes had multiple and changing loyalties, being they classmates from the same military school, member of the same secret society, sworn brothers of master and disciple. These bonds were really meaningful. If you switch between your characters and the character bar below, the selection of characters may change. Some characters may have no characters to recruit, while others may have a vast array of possible recruits. This is a good way to weaken another faction while getting stronger. Recruiting costs are variable. The more districts, the troops, and the lower to the character, you try to recruit them all, of course. You read well, interesting. We'll have to pay twice to use a selected character, interesting. Yeah, characters recruited this way, go to your character reserve pool. So, there's a number of important characters around here. And we can make use of them. Oh, Shu over here that we saw earlier. Or Zu, how are you going to pronounce those? Shu. He's in our faction. Or at least he's under our control right now. Yeah. Lu Chao. I think he's which province is he in? I think he's in Sichuan. Anyway, he's somewhere away. Yeah, you can see that there's a number of people over here that could be recruited. Okay. So right now we have 510 influence. Well, face, I should say. Okay. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here then is let's take a look at the actual tactical... Well, let's just take a look at this situation here. So we have Lianan, we have Yangchang, Huizhou, or Huizhou? How are you going to pronounce it? Huizhou. With Third Army deserted over here. So these guys apparently pretty shit. Cao Qing would be again really good to take. Their morale's a little bit higher though. And they've been paid. So they're not going to as easily fold. These are not really great for supply. You can see here we'd have poor supply there. So I'm not too eager on that. So, and I wish I could take control of Hong Kong and Macau. That'd be really nice and possible. Is there a year? Yes, you do see the year when you click and turn. I would agree it would be nice to see it as well sometimes, but yeah, it is there. You just have to watch quite quickly. Quite close, I should say. So what we're going to go ahead and do then is I'm going to have the army of Li Liajun march south. She won't move. No, they're not going to move. Okay. Pain in the ass. Morale's up there, but I guess we need to increase loyalty. Take this loot again. There we go. Gonna have to watch that, but I do need to pay them as well. It cost me 500 to pay. Fucking hell, they're expensive. So, I'm gonna go ahead and take on some cash here. Just a little shy of a... Increasing the rank of their commander as well is quite expensive. Also, having a large army, quite expensive. So, I need to balance things out. I'd rather have a relatively small but effective army. Like, I have the full army over here, but I would have to pay. And I'd really rather not have to pay them. They're expensive, and they're bandits. So, fuck the bandits, man. I could send them over here, or I could send them over here. But right now, I'm going to keep them over here to Guangzhou. What we're going to go ahead and do over here then at Guangzhou is, for example, when we go into like order and security, we have a number of policies in effect here then. These are the things that could be done: smuggling rifles, crackdown radical activists, buy trucks, etc. District justice over here will strongly increase the influence of the peasants and workers. It's actually really, really good to have that, so I'm going to go ahead and actually do that. Justice at the level of villages, a small town is very often a disgrace. In addition to corrupt judges who sell their verdict to the highest bidder, illiterate peasants ignorant of the law often cannot even begin to defend themselves. This parity of justice creates a law of tension between the people and the wealthy classes. In each village, a committee for the prevention of disputes will be elected, and justice will be reformed. When 100% complete, so we're right now 25, so your influence among the peasants and the workers will increase by 20. And it'd be really good, actually. There should be no lawsuits in an ideal society. So we have one sheet left. I could tear down the Buddhist temples. There is actually some interesting stuff. Like, for example, if I don't and I actually choose to revive the Confucian legacy, yeah, so increases influence over the gentry, increases influence over students, tradition goes up, communist influence over gentry, merchants, and students minus 20. Campaign for virtue and harmony, reduce influence over the population when launched, increases influence over the population when completed, vitality, unlocks the fight against opium consumption. And then we have fight against the opium consumption, gets rid of the opium plague trait. So you can revive Confucianism, and you can use it to challenge ideological influence, but you can also use it to get rid of opium, which is a huge bloody deal. Ideology is very powerful in that way. There's also tearing it down because you instant cash, but will decrease your influence with all of the population. Less the students, and decreases the tradition score. So, could be done, but we'll see. I'm not entirely sure how it goes in terms of tearing it down. I'd have to really go deeper into that one. But anyhow, what we're going to go ahead and do here then is I'm going to build up Guangzhou. So right now we've got current reforms going. You can see that we have primary school in here. We have a district chamber of commerce. We have railways. We have an arsenal level 2. Arsenals are freaking fantastic. You can also see the revenues here. So we have policy cost and maintenance $12, agricultural revenue 62, trade taxes 114, opium trade 31, buying 0, industry 18. You can see our influence here is really bad because we did buy some bandits. So it's not as bad as it could be, but it's not great either. Now, for example, if I need to have some rifles here, and I could do that relatively easily if I want to. Maybe even next turn I could actually buy some rifles. We'd have to smuggle the rifles and then give the rifles and expand the police force. We can also reform the police force. You can also create an army. You can also go ahead and develop a level 3 arsenal. Like we have a level 2 over here. Arsenals are bloody great. Absolutely bloody great. So right now we gain 150 rifles a turn. Arsenal level 3 grants you, 350 rifles, 5 machine guns and 1 artillery for the upkeep of 30. Really good. Train magistrates, you could see, organize. Right, police, anti-smuggling units. So, reform police, influence over all classes, yeah. And the cool thing about the game is, like, if you have really good influence, really good relations with the actual classes, it's like when you move an army to, like, a province, that province will just fall to you. It will side with you. Like, that city will just... it will join you without a fight. And it's really handy. So having good relations is actually really good. Would you believe it? So we've got that going on here. He's got cash over here, but I can't afford to pay the army right now. Next time we can. Right, okay, that's not great. So they do push us out here at Guangzhou. And this is actually very close to being a game over state, because if I don't take them out, it's going to suck. So I kind of need to go ahead and get groovy with this. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to give them what I have. So they have some artillery and machine guns now. Machine guns are really awesome at this point. C25, which okay, oh no, sorry, 443. How much do you need to pay them? Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I didn't actually mean to move here. Fuck, okay. Right, well I kind of fucked myself there. Right, okay, I didn't mean to click on that. That might have screwed us, and I may just have to do a quick restart, but we'll see about that. Yeah, we're probably going to have to do a quick restart here. Oh, okay. Can I go back? Ah, there's no... Fuck! Fuck! Okay. But that was a mistake there. We'll see what happens, but it's likely going to be a game over. That's what happens when you misclick. Oh, now they take it back. Okay. Because we haven't actually founded the government yet. Okay. But that's not exactly ideal. So, yeah, and it also pushes us out there. which is not exactly ideal. So I'm going to go back. We'll restart, because that was a bit of a mistake there. And I didn't mean to actually click there. Okay. Won't take as long. Can just get on with things. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I could potentially go earlier, or I could potentially go later. It doesn't make a huge bit of difference here. But I was just striking over here. Okay, communist activism over this way. There's a number of different ways. If I got these guys on boards, I wouldn't ruin my relations, actually. Or at least I'd keep my relations high. So maybe I do try and do that. That army I can take when I do return. Alright, we'll try a different strategy this time. And bribe the living hell out of them. Yeah, they never disappoint. Bribe them. I can't afford anybody. I could create another aspect. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to bribe the living hell out of them. The full army, I need to kind of get the hell out of here. Right, come to me. Okay, we're going to keep doing it. The cheapo in me would bribe the bandits, as I did, but it's not great for relations, and having high relations is actually better. So we'll keep going. Alright, okay, spy on the army. I'm just like throwing cash at them. They'd be pretty easily wiped out, so I'm hoping... Okay, we could rally them to our side for now, 460, which is actually relatively expensive. For God's sake, Chen Jiaoming, do not destroy that army, because I kind of need them. Shazer. Okay. Right. It looks like... Did they run? Okay, they ran. They ran. They lost 63 men. That's what happens when you bribe the living hell out of them. So... It doesn't matter if Chen Jiaoming... Well, it doesn't make that much of a difference if Chen Jiaoming does take Guangzhou. It's just, I'd rather have control. Okay, maybe... We'll see. We'll see. Cash is supreme. Alright, looks like they retreat. Alright, so I could rally them to our side now. Let's give it a turn and see what happens. Okay, fight in here. Looks like they attacked the Fu army, which is actually great. Okay. Oh boy, don't let me down. The officers made a public statement explaining they can no longer serve under the orders of a traitor. There we are, the army joined. Right. They're not bad, actually. I'm going to arm them because I need it. So give them some armaments. And I could attack the Fu army. And I'm not sure how that's going to go. So I'm going to... I could bribe them. And that guarantees it, but it kind of like defeats the entire point of having bribed that army. So I'm going to bribe them. And hopefully they go away. Hopefully I get reinforced over here, and hopefully I can take this. They're green troops, they have some armaments, but then we'll have to see. Yeah, okay, we got kicked out there. Okay, this is harder when you don't bribe the full army. Right now we're pinned. Okay, we're getting smacked around here. Right, okay. It turns out tanking relations is actually the way to go, so we'll go ahead and do that. And I'll not bug it up by clicking wrong. Right, okay. We'll just bribe them, bring Sun Yat-sen back quickly. Recruit the bandits. Yes, we lose face. Okay, we've lost face. We'll move into the city. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is start building relations with the Guangdong... Oh, no, actually, I think I'd rather... See, if I... let's see. Right, that army will join us. I'm going to go ahead and actually bribe these guys. They haven't been paid, so they're not going to be too useful right now. Okay, that seems good. Okay, okay. This is the run. This do be the way. Right, there we go. So we secure... you can see our relations are actually really poor, especially with the peasants. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here then is actually start with some immediate reforms. Such as standardizing. Yep, so this will increase influence of the merchants, increase trade revenue. What we got here? 1 and 1, okay. I'll standardize the measurements for now, and then we'll move on to something else. You can actually get quite a few of these ongoing. Right, so we've got them. We have the army. Bloody full army. I don't want to give them any more, because if I do, I'm going to have to pay them, and I don't want to pay them. Go to hell, Cheng Zhongming. And I imagine that's probably what Sun Yat-sen said. Something of that nature. Right, he's back! The man's back. Okay. I choose you, Liel Lijon. Right. Please move. Yes, they move. Okay. That's good. That's good. So they've arrived here at Guangzhou, so that's good. My control here is okay now. I'd love to take them out over here, because this army is actually... Yeah, this army is actually paid, which kind of sucks. But I'm going to focus on you. This is going to be my go-to army, and they're actually elite, which is fantastic. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do then is... they're complaining about a lack of coolies, so I'll go ahead and use the legend. I've got 1 chi left. I can't take... I can get some additional supporters here, but that's not anything I care about right now. Right, got enough coolies. Not yet. Recruit some. There we go. Right. I do not want to promote you, for God's sakes, because that's going to cost me so much and I can't afford it as is. So we're going to stick with that. I can use them to help out here too. I need to pay these goddamn troops. They are expensive. How expensive are they? Expensive. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here then is... Give me the cash. Let's pay them. Right, they've been paid. That's great. Okay. Go into Guangzhou and we'll begin to harass them soon. I'll just listen to claims over here. I can also gain funds from being here too, eventually. But I'm just going to go ahead and seek and rally supporters, build our influence. Sun Yat-sen's really great at this sort of thing. So, looking good now that we start buggering up. Village deliberative. Yeah. Increases influence among the gentry, increase... Right, okay. What are we at? What are we at? Vitality 85, tradition 45. I could reduce tradition, and having lower tradition is likely actually quite good for modernism. So we'll see. What I'm going to go ahead and do. So we could choose to give exploitation rights to the US, the UK, Japan, or France. And it would come with benefits, but it also comes with some tremendous and very real threats. Also, it doesn't really help me with other Chinese. I'd rather not do that. So, we're going to start a couple policies over here, get them going. A good government should make use of its citizens under the control of the magistrates. Lucrative village assemblies will elect their village chief and contribute to a form of local self-government. Of course, we will ensure that the elected village chiefs are good men who will suit us and won't delegate any form of real power to those assemblies. Great. Okay. So, spent you, and the Fu army is almost past its usefulness, but for now it will do. Oh, well, there you go. You can see how they perform there. Well, they put up a relatively good fight. They fight off 1.3k, well, destroy 1.3k, but they do lose morale. And they lose 1,000 men. This army didn't actually come into battle, and they're actually elite troops. and I'll quite happily give them my amazing equipment. There we are. I can order them to battle. But let me see here then. So we'll take the salute. Increase their loyalty. I could lead these troops personally. And I think I will, because I do want to keep this as my army. So he's leading now personally. Personally. I don't know why I felt like I was saying it weird there for a second. But yeah, having the arsenal here at Guangzhou is actually very, very useful. And obviously having a couple of arsenals would be even better. So right now, he could move down. Well, he can't move down here because he's pinned right now. But yeah, they can go ahead and do that, I don't think. Now, over here then, we'll begin working on getting them in here. Is the army considered paid still? They were paid. You don't have to pay them every turn, but it does help. If I get a spy, I can actually get a real feel for the loyalty of the army. But let's see. Hopefully they can win. Shooting won't move. Okay, I ran out of actions to command the army. Okay. That's fine, but they're still here. Hopefully they can actually manage it. But, yeah, you got 4 chi. We'll keep this going. I could actually plant more opium. That's probably not going to help things. We'll set up a secondary school in here. We could revive Confucian legacy and or a campaign against the old customs. We'll focus on education for now. Phone and telegraph. I need to boost this, and it can be boosted. Once these policies actually do complete, they will boost relations. They also do boost income. Okay, yeah, we do beat them off. Yeah, look at that. 4.6k gone, 6 morale gone. Our morale stays the same, we only lose 252 men. I need to keep this morale sky high. I need to keep the loyalty sky high. Which is not easy to do. I'd love to have a spy here to help me out with that. Right. Yeah. Girls Vocational School. Right, there we go. Yeah, tradition will decrease by 5 vitality. Yeah. I'm going to smuggle in some rifles here because I can use that to actually build up the police. So yeah, 850 rifles will do. So what I'll do then is, likely next turn is reform the police or expand the police force. I could actually reform the police with Sun Yat-sen. I might go ahead and do that. So you get a lot of face and influence of other factions will be reduced. District justice, I've got quite a bit, so I'll do that. Maintain order monitoring the population, 2 key missions, provincial stability. We need to get rid of the old policy, sort of the old police standards inherited from Qing, so that our modern police could be created. Police duty should be carried out by civil servants, independent of the army. We should open a central police academy and recruit new officers. They will be attached to and paid for by the district and sub-districts. We will hear no more about corrupt cops fleecing the population. I'll take care of that, Alex. Have a good one. Nice! Hopefully get it back today, but we'll see. No rush. Okay. And we'll get the district justice going. And I will push for teaching modern agriculture. There we are. I can use Liao Lijian. Have him supervise and just push forward things. Yeah, supervise. Supervise and pushes forward policies by 10%. You can do it with a number of characters, and you can do it multiple times a turn, so it's really quite good. So we've got that. We're building up. Let's have him move back down here to reinforces, or not, which is fine. The Fu arm is not really that useful to me. So it looks like we were attacked again. Yeah, we lost 108 men. They lost over 3,000. Despite the lack of any efficient preparatory shelling, the assailants rush to attack the enemy lines. The attackers are crushed under a deluge of shells and the losses are appalling. The strength of the defenders has been seriously underestimated. It is carnage and the attackers completely routed, even as the battle had only just begun. The defenders proved to be very determined and remained in control of the field. The attackers begin an inglorious retreat back to their starting positions. The defender captured some weapons, captured rifles 1,192 there. For this victory, the defender earns 10 face, which is useful. Their morale is dipping a little bit, so I need to boost that. Don't really want to do that. Need to pay them, and they're expensive. You can pay them though. Right, good. I've got to keep this army on side. You can see that right now we have 12,000 rifles, which is actually a lot of rifles. I don't know if you gain a bonus from having more rifles than you have men. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, it's useful to have some rifles. Do you have rifles? Guns, okay. No guns. Oh, I need the money to actually smuggle. A little poor right now. Right. No guns? Do I have to give them guns? I don't think I can give them guns. I can also spend supporters to gain additional chi. I forgot to mention that. You can actually convert things here if you need to. So I... Right, let's see. Transfer your face. There we are. So... We'll go ahead and continue to bribe the Parliament members. I could go ahead and get a traitor annihilation call, which would actually be quite useful. So I need to have somebody who has a terrorist role. Trait, I should say. So Hugh Hanmin would be useful here. So I'm going to bring him on board. Add him to the Dream Team and we'll create the traitor annihilation call. It is time to speed up the democratic process. A group of so-called overseas Chinese organized a traitor annihilation call. They claim that anyone who obstructs the presidential election is a northern spy and henceforth will be dealt with severely. The corps is now actively recruiting ruffians to do its dirty job. You gain more characters in your character pool, influence by 25. Your opponent's influence decreases by 25. When unlock a one-time action to ambush opponents. We are a patriotic movement. Yep. So next turn I can ambush. Well, it's all democratic, right? Okay. Making headway now. Wow, they are really battering themselves. Minus 3k again. This is why this army is well worth it. I have a lot of rifles. I do not want to... I don't really want to recruit more men, because it'll dilute the men. Like, they're actually damn good morale. Not the best, but really good morale, and they're elite, so I'm going to keep them as they are. I just want to try and keep them... Ah, there we go, I can take the salute there. There we go, keeping them loyal. I would like to pay them. That would boost morale. But again, I need a lot of cash. So I need to develop Guangzhou and actually have funds to make this work. Otherwise it's going to be difficult. So I'm going to be poor. But I'm going to be poor anyway, so we'll see. but we'll manage. Okay, so what should we do here then? I don't need to train the match, which is good. We're leading them personally, so as long as he's on my side, then they'll stay more or less. So Qing Jiaming is... Wow, Chantal is really fucking wealthy. I really want that. But yeah, we'll build up our relations, eventually denounce Qing Jiaming, and then we'll take over Guangzhou. These guys get smashed around. Soon we'll be able to expand quite easily. Oh, hang on. Do you have a spy trait? If you do, that'd be amazing. No, I need a spy. Oh god, 235. Yang Hu. Ah, that's interesting. Conducts police or public order operations. Underworld, yeah. He's also a spy! Fuck, yes! Nice. Maximilian Colbert. Amazing. Mantaris Anarchist has been the chief surgeon of setting out Center Campaign to the north. Incredible. Swashbuckler. Love it. Right. I need more face. Give me... Wow, we don't... Oh, we have 200 face over here, actually. Might be able to afford it. You don't have any chi right now. I don't think. Okay. $425. Yes. We'll bring you on board. It can only have so many characters, and if you want to get rid of characters, you kind of have to kill them off. So bear that in mind. Right, I can't ambush right now. Let's keep on bribing them. But I will have you enter into the city. And, well, I can't do anything right now, but I guess soon I'll be able to. Have him help out here. Yang Hu, you're going to be really useful to me. Right, okay. So I'll have you supervise the district. You're not in Guangdong. Okay. Well, we'll have you ambush next turn. But now I'll just have you just gain some influence over here. There we are. So, other associate... Yeah, the associate here still has high influence. I'm going to reduce that in time. But so far we're doing a lot better this time. We have a lot of rifles. They keep giving us rifles. Okay. Looks like they attacked us again. And again, they lost 4,500 men. So, yeah, they just keep throwing men at us. We've lost 144. So, they are throwing men at us. Morale is decreased a little bit, so I do need to pay them. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. A pointless fuss. Yang Hu feels full of energy and invincible. He said he had a great vision. Okay. So losing a little bit of chi there. Okay. But yeah, he's actually really quite the versatile gentleman there. Oh, things are going well. Well enough, anyhow. I could pay these bandits to F off, basically, if I wanted to, and then take control of the Annan. It's not worth all that much to me. They must be falling apart right now. I probably could defeat them, but I don't really want to move away when there's a third army also here. I could spine that army if I wish to. You'd need to move to the province to spine them, I guess. Right, let's see. You have an economic boom here, which is great. We're going to the province. So, ambush opponents. Yeah, there you go. That's all the influence we need there. A dinner meeting of Parliament members was the occasion you were waiting for. As they left the meeting, a group of dare-to-die patriots assaulted unprepared officials. A dozen of the latter were injured, and a paranoid fear spreads among the Parliament ranks. Many members are now convinced by the necessity to give urgently China a legitimate government. There we are. Okay. Just need a little bit more. And then next turn I can found the legitimate government. So you can see there we have very high influence now. We'll seek and rally supporters over here. There we are. It is interesting, like, do I want to give rights to the foreign powers? It would definitely help me out. But it could quite easily go badly, so I'm not all that keen on that. Am I lacking a little bit of faith here? So I can't bring that one in there. It would be useful. I should have Sun Yat-sen gain governorship of the province next turn. That would be useful. I could then take away tax collection away from Liao Zhongkai eventually then. I'd need to have some men of my own to make that actually happen. But it could be done. So I need some face. He's out of actions. He's got 20 face. There's actually not enough face here for me to manage this. A lot of cash though, so I could actually pay the army. And I probably want to go ahead and do that. Right, that brings them up. And they're going to be loyal now. Well, they're going to be obviously continually effective, but also, yeah, we can be assured that we'll hold on to Guangzhou. I want to supervise a district. Same for you, supervise. There we are. This is a very good army. You can imagine if it had some actual firepower, it'd be very effective. Right. Yeah. Again, they go for it. We lose 100 men, they lose 3k. There's probably going to come a moment here when I do actually, because these armies are decreasing now. I could probably move in and take quite a bit here. So let's see. We'll have Lee pay them to bugger off. Right. He can move them over here. Oh, it said they don't move because they're sack. Right. Don't want to move you until I'm secure here. We have a lot of guns. We do keep gaining guns from that, so that's quite useful. Okay. So I think I need to reform the police before I can really do much for that. But I can have Sun Yat-sen found the legitimate government. Needs more face though. Which is not easy. So what can I do here? I could go with a business and actually the Chamber of Commerce and gain that. 25. Oh, I can't actually gain face. I can, yeah. Face is not easily gained. But I can gain it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is over here. Charity. So what I'll do then is charity, gain influence and face. And I can do this quite a lot. This one's not as effective. So we have high influence over here now. So what we'll do then is once we have enough face is I can form the legitimate government. And then things will be good. But in the meantime, we have our policies underway. And once we have these relations recover, then that'd be great. I'm going to have you move to the province, actually. So let's have you... Can I spy on the army? Yeah, I'm going to spy on the army, get an idea of what we're doing here. Right, that was easy. You got information from many sources. Okay. Loyalty is 100%. That's great. That's good to know. And then I'll use your spy on this army probably next. Something like that, anyhow. I could begin to organise peasant militias, so we'll do that. Here we are. So, landlords, will you ask, is a real burden. The peasants are absorbed by their agricultural duties. They not only need to feed the city, but their families too. You want us to help fight the ferocious bands that are sacking our hamlets and villages, who will need more than words. So I can give them cash and I can also give them rifles. So the government will provide weapons and pay the men, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that will begin the policy here. So yeah, that's good. It also progressed faster too, so that's a good thing to have. There we are, so we're up 25. So essentially, yeah, the militia will not appear as a unit on the map unless you ask it to participate actively. It will rather passively lower the effect of banditry. And eventually you can have them raised if you so need to. Okay. Yeah, you can see our influence is actually building up again. Our influence with the gentry is pretty good. Alright. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is... I'll take Lee, have you move to the province. And we'll have you aid in supervising. I need to really boost these relations quickly. Once I've got them, it will make the next part significantly easier. Because we will be expanding out into the province. Yeah, they keep going for it. They lost 683, we lost 0. They've not really got anything. What's your problem? Lost in opium fumes. That's not great. Expand the army. 75% loyalty. 4,000 rifles, 4 machine guns, 2,819 men. They're not going to break this army. Need more face here. Okay. That's a lot of cash. The man with the purse strings. Okay, looking good. So I can implement the district banking system, which would be good too. If I got free care, I could develop the level 3 arsenal, which would be very good to have there. But what we'll go ahead and do is go into the city. So I need 250 face. That's not that hard to actually get. I can manage that. Let's go for charity. We'll gain 60 a turn doing that. So it's not going to take too long. Can I pay the army? Not right now, but I can pay it next turn. Yeah, next turn I can pay it. Supervise. Right, we're looking golden now. Another 2.2k there. They are exhausting themselves. No, not moving. Not a fan of the Fu army. Right, I need 250, I think it was. And then I'll need to do it next turn anyhow. So go for more charity, gain more face. Charity again. There we are. I can pay the army soon enough. They'll be okay. The morale's dropping, but I can go ahead and pay them shortly. These forces are almost done now. You can see our relations going up. So what I'll do here then is, let's see. Qingdao Ming's actually really not been aggressive out here, which is interesting. So expand this army here. Wow, their loyalty is at 0% right now. Yeah, you can really destroy them. So they would probably just crack immediately. Well, you can see that Guangzhou is gaining in value. Yeah, 393 revenue. Trade's going up. Agriculture's going up. Agriculture's really increased quite considerably there. Opium trade, sadly, industry going up too. There we are. Lovely. Okay. So... yeah, we completed the policies there, so we now have reformation of police, deliberative assemblies there, secondary school and vocational school in modern agricultural schools, reform local justice, standardised weights and measures, district chamber of commerce, which we had, telegraph, railway, and arsenal. And relations are fantastic. So what we're going to go ahead and do then is here, we'll found the legitimate government. So today, the general outlines of the organisation of the government of the Republic of China has been approved unanimously by the Parliament during an emergency joint meeting. The Assembly then immediately elected Dr. Sun Yat-sen as an extraordinary president of China. The fact that the vote was not conduced by a secret ballot and that the spectators' gallery as filled with sinister ruffians is certainly antidotal. Antidotal. Okay. The many telegrams the new president received were not of congratulations, but of great concerns. Sun Yat-sen quickly made a series of statements in favour of federalism to reassure all southern leaders. So, Sun Yat-sen is president of China. The Guangzhou government has created relations with all factions minus 15. The Northern Expedition can be launched from the government on the Guangzhou map. We have a new president. So I could print paper money if I wanted to, but I really don't want to. It's not really worth it. We can also manage our government here, so we can elect people. I forgot who was who. So if I go back here... right. Ministry of Communication, so Martin Wu. Foreign Affairs, Martin Wu. You're not on here? You should be on here. I was going to appoint him. Shame. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to deal with it then. Okay. So Secretary of the Army. I go for Hanmin. I don't know how much this matters, but I guess we'll find out in the future. Go for Tang. This is giving a lot of power away, but I want to kind of balance this out. I give him a position, he might side with me, or it's doubtful. Allez, legend. Okay. This I can fill with a loyalist now. Go Wang Jingwei. There we go. Okay. Right, there we are. Request governorship here as well. Your pledge in defense of the true government of China paid off. You are now governor of this province. Your character's loyalty decreases. Yeah, okay. So essentially, if this was another character, it would make him less loyal as you give them more ambition. But it doesn't really matter. This character's relation with leader. Yeah, okay, we'll live ourselves. Right, we're looking great now. I don't want to mobilize the militia. Okay. Oops, didn't see that. We move to the province. Okay. So let's pay the army. They're now paid. So, we will see some interesting things in the following turn. I could begin to develop this province over here as well, actually, that would be quite good. Developing them all is a pretty good thing to do. It's not cheap. Build a road here would be very good too. Just supervise. Yeah. We may have it where people turn to us, we'll see here. I was kind of hoping for it, but I guess we'll have to get moving first. So we declared the... Oh, maybe when I declare the actual Northern Expedition is probably when it's going to begin there. I think I need to have quite a lot of actual face for that. So we'll see. I could consolidate this myself. Qing Jiangming's really not doing too much here. Let's go back here. Yeah, Northern Expedition. Oh, only 150 actually. That's not bad. I could probably do that. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can do it this turn too. Nice. Right, so we're going to go ahead and declare the Northern Expedition, which is pretty bold, but it should move things in the direction we want. So some offers will rally to you, your relationship with Chen Jiangming's faction will decrease, your relation with the faction spot and Beijing government will decrease, some characters may be added to your pool. So we'll go ahead and declare it. It is time to unify the country, this can only be done by fools. The expedition will proceed north through Hunan, or if it proved impossible, through Jiangxi. An important effort to convince and bribe officers and officials all along the road to the expedition will ease the progression of troops and make the rotten northern regime collapse. So Chen Jiangming's not happy with us, but that's okay. We've already got them. We haven't got Zhu Chengxi, but he's joined us now. Yu Yangjian is now... Okay, we can dismiss Chen Jiangming if we want to. You promised not to unify China by force, and now I learned that you are launching a northern military expedition. Worse, you asked me to support your journey with supplies and money. We must unify our country and put an end to warlordism. I understand your point, but I'm not convinced that violence is the answer. Also, you underestimate the difficulty of the task. Your plans are too vague. Heading north while enthusiastic crowds join your army along the way is at best a fantasy. I know you plan to pass through Hunan, but the province suffered so much from previous fighting and drought that you won't be welcome here. I also doubt that the revolutionary spirit of your troops will compensate for their lack of equipment and training. Well, so you won't support my expedition. I won't hinder your efforts nor help you. I admit that I'm not unhappy to see you leaving Guangdong. I will be free to pursue my reforms. I won't forget your disloyalty. Right, so we have Jiao Hengti. He studied in Tokyo Shinbu Gakao Military School in Japan, then to the Japanese Imperial Army Academy. In Japan, he joined Sun Yat-sen's Tongmeng Wei. He fought in Hunan on the revolutionary side during the 1911 revolution, and later he was jailed in the Yanshikai for having supported Sun Yat-sen's coup attempt. Now he's governor of Hunan after having ousted Tanya Kai. So to be fair, I could... Serious askers here. We are involved in expeditions planned to proceed through Hunan. We beg you not to do so. Our provincial constitution has very strict regulations against the passage of foreign troops through its territories. Should you violate this rule, you'll be considered an enemy of the Hunan people. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, we'll agree with him. We respect the will of the people. We're going to go through Jiangxi instead, basically. Well, Fujian. And that sort of area. So dismiss him soon enough, and it will basically start a civil war. But I'm hoping it's one that we can win. So, we've got quite a bit of cash. Relations in Guangzhou are really good right now. And we're going to keep it going. I don't have a policy underway right now. So we'll follow, focus efforts over here then, start building this up. Phone and telegraph. Ooh, press gang road menders. Not really great to do. Right, there we are. I don't know where Shu is, but it's around here somewhere. I was hoping for the promise of flip. I guess it's going to take a little bit more effort. Oh. Jianing. There's Shu. Wow, you really got out here, didn't you? So, I could have some influence over here in Fujian. He's not really in a great position, but Chen Jiangming hasn't really pushed in here as I would have expected him. So I think what we'll do then is probably just go ahead and bring this to an end ourselves then. As long as I have a force over here, we should be able to do fine here. So let's go ahead and figure out what we're dealing with in terms of army strength over here. They're not very loyal. They're not very loyal. Well, they have, like, no loyalty, and yeah, they're not very great. These guys kind of suck. Their morale's also gone. So... we'll have you just move that, or not move that. These guys are rich. I could probably found the actual... arsenal if I wanted to. Okay, we'll move in and take care of this. Yeah, the defending army has been annihilated. The real attack began after a brief but intense shelling. The attackers led an inspiring charge against the outgunned defenders. After hours of ferocious fighting, deadly silence fell on the battlefield, and then the infernal chorus of moans from the condemned wounded grows until it becomes unbearable. Surrounded on all sides by the enemy, the defenders could not find a way to retreat. The attackers remain master of the field, while his enemy broken is in complete rout. By pragmatism, by conviction, the county authorities rallied to the conqueror. Yeah, there we go. So that's a really good thing. So what that means is essentially like we're the good guys here. So we gain rifles, we also gain machine guns here, and we gain phase. And this is what I'm talking about. So that has just fallen to our control now without a fight. Well, with the fight, but not really a big one. We'll move back. And we'll give machine guns here. Oh, they've already been taken by the army. Okay. I'll have them paid actually this turn. That'll keep their morale super high. And they'll fight very effectively. And we'll bring the province to heel. So the real attack, yeah, there we go. By pragmatism, but by conviction, the county authorities route to the conqueror. So we gain some more rifles. And yeah, we're bringing the province under our control one way or another. Don't really have the supplies to move down here, so I'm not going to be keen on doing that. Is the army okay? It is okay. Alright. They're not as expensive to pay right now. Okay. Yeah, they were just annihilated there. Again, annihilated. Okay. The Guangdong army plundered the area during the 3 days of unspeakable destruction, rape, and murder. Whoosh. Was that my army? Oh, that's Yunnan army. Okay, so the Guangdong army has been really horrific there. Yeah, third army desertion. Yeah, you can see our relations here. Fantastic. Alright, let's get some reforms going, eh? Build up the roads. These are great to see how she create new arsenals. Build a road. And phone and telegraph. Okay. Meaningless life. Okay, this guy has a lot of problems. Where's Liga Legion? Do I have to recruit him again? Why do I have to recruit him again? That's a bit of a pain in the ass. I can use him anyway, but that would have been... it's okay. I don't have that much of a use for him, I guess. I do have an officer here anyway. I'll have you begin working on them here. Gain influence in the mechanics union. Can we get these troops moving? I don't know, major pain in the ass, aren't they? I imagine because they want to be paid, but you know what? That's fine. I could probably bribe this army and bring it on side. And then I would take Shandwei. But is it really worth it? I could bring you on board, but it's not. Hello, what's this? Do I have an army over here? Hello, the Guangdong army. Is that Shu? Oh, that's Shu. Oh, you moved. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, we'll pay. Bring them on board. Take... Right, I guess we do want to go ahead and bring forces to Fujian then, so we can actually take Fujian. Which is actually looking pretty defenseless right now. What move? They have a lot of coolies. Those men are actually elite as well, which is interesting. Okay. Kind of want these to flip to me. Like, our relations are great, but I just need to get the pirates out of the way. Like, a small force led down here is really good. The Guangxi army... Shen Baofan... He's not very useful, is he? He's probably something we want out of the way. Yeah. Something we probably want to kill. Okay. Let's finish this down here when I can. Ah, there we go. Qing Zhaoming's finally getting his ass moving there. Did he actually get defeated? Oh, his men actually ran. Okay. I probably do want him on board, but I think I can move him anyhow. Yep. Okay. Can't reclaim it. It'd be nice to get to the rail line over there, I must say. Alright, there we go. That unit's absolutely useless to me. I need to dismiss him, but I need a lot of face for that. He's useful for now, anyhow. I could probably convert. Well, I need face. Face is not easy to get. Or can I exchange? I don't know, we'll try it. Soon, anyway. Wow, 2k. That's a lot of cash. Says that the reforms are actually going fairly well. Ooh, there we go. Agricultural experimentational stations. Bureau of Water Control. So we'll get those going. Yeah, these are really good, actually. Oh. Is it one or the other? That's because you need face, okay. Hey, it doesn't have that trait. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that would fall apart very easily. Guangxi army over here. You've seen better days. That could be maybe brought on board there. Okay. But they are bandits, so I'd rather take on the other men. These men need to go somewhere else, really. Alright, good, we've got them to move. Right, there we are. That'll keep them happy. We'll pay them too. Okay. We're building up quite a bit of wealth now, so that's good for us. That's very wealthy. I think that's the provincial capital there. Take control. Could equip them if I want to. And it might be worthwhile doing that, to be honest, because it's like we are gaining here relatively easy. Let's have you go to Fujian. Right. They're very loyal and they're pretty good troops, actually. Quite a lot of them, too. Okay. Oh, he's also considered a generalissimo. Oh, slash overlord. That's really handy. Having him in Fujian province would actually be really quite useful then. So we'll have you go to Fujian. Alright, we'll go with that then. Not enough energy right now. I can recruit soldiers here. We'll recruit some ooh, wow, that's not a lot of soldiers. We'll arm them anyhow. And then we'll build up the Guangdong army there in Fujian. You're complaining about. Oh, lack of coolies. Yeah, that's plenty enough coolies. That army needs to go. I may just go ahead and do it with these guys and get it done. I kind of need Li Lijian on side, don't I? Alright, let's see. That's a lot of cash. Okay. Right, their loyalty is great now. Shoot some... Wow, there's really not that many soldiers here, I must admit. Either way, things are going pretty well. Mindong would actually be really quite nice to take. You are also over here. Let's see what I can do. You've been paid. You've also been paid. Stop paying them! Qin really not done, or Zhongming, however you want to pronounce it, has not done very well here. Let's see what we can do. Spy in the army. I can spread some rumours, that'd be great. Need more energy though. Okay. But they are pretty well equipped. I need an actual solid army to manage that. It's just looking less than manageable, but if I move over here to Mingdong, maybe that might help out. Have you shift? Secure the north. And we have, like, the north under our control now. Soon, anyway. And Mingdong's actually pretty good. Christian mission over here, smuggling hub. That's good. Hopefully good population there to work with. But yeah, we're securing this position over here in the north. Just need to finish them off over here. And like, who is it that we're fighting against? We are fighting against the Guangzhou. Oh no, not the Guangzhou. The you're not showing me the thing I want to see here. Who do you belong to again? Actually, in fairness, we do have Chen Jiangming still as part of the alliance over here, so like, he's actually still on our side, or still with us, not very eagerly, but is still with us. So we have that at least going for us. Right, need more face. Let's keep going to that charity, man. 60 a turn, plus what we get from being the father of a republic will build up pretty quick. If I take a look. Yeah, 5 of the Republic, 5 per turn, 10 a turn. Yeah, so getting 20 a turn from that Guangdong Governor. So get quite a bit from that there, which is quite useful. So yeah, we'll be able to get to it soon enough. Okay. May have the other just take these provinces and then it's done, really. I'd like to bring Li Lejian on side. I don't think it's fair that I lost him, but you know. Right, I can't issue unit orders to him. Right, these troops really... I don't know, do I just pay them? I think I'll just pay them to get it done. Guangdong Army. Did I hope it's not my Guangdong Army. Maybe. Don't have enough energy? What? That's not good. But it does leave Hujiao unattended. So you know. We'll move on the capital. Ooh boy! They need soldiers. This ain't gonna go great. They're gonna get smacked around here, but you know what? At least we're moved in there. Okay. Economic boom. That's great. I need that face. Every time I say I need your face. It's just, it doesn't sound great to see. There we go. Okay, I should have just paid them. Right, okay, let's just take this then. Solidify our control. Stop doing silly things, my man. Okay. How'd the north go in Fujian? Okay, yeah, he's moving around here. We'll see. I'm hoping that they're going to start having problems, but yeah. Our relations are generally okay. Yeah, unbearable burden. So he's got a fairly large army that's going to cause problems, I believe. I could move over there, and that would be nice to take, I must admit. Fujian's really actually fairly wealthy. Can these pirates fuck off? There we are. Getting closer to where we need to be. Free knights free. Ah, you got a lot of face there. Alright, that'll be enough next turn then. Engagement over here. So they move back, but they haven't taken it. That's interesting. I don't imagine that's doing them a lot of good here. But it's doing me a lot of good, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, this is a provincial capital as well, so that's very good for us to have. I'll not invest in it yet until we know we can keep it. Take that. It does that when you actually fight. Yeah, victory is ours. Does it again. Take that next turn. Need to pay them. Oh, now we can do it. So pay and claim. And move back. Right, so Guangzhou is actually increasingly under our control. And that is good. If I take the south here, it's not worth all that much, and it takes a lot to get through here. So we'll see about that. I think soon what we'll be looking at doing then is moving into Guizhou, Guangxi province over here. Guizhou's of the north, actually. So we might move into Guangxi soon. We're taking good chunks of Fujian. We actually have the majority stake in Fujian now, which is actually pretty bold. Do I have you move? Maybe we just take this while we can get in. If only our relations were high enough to make this fold instantly, that'd be great, but, you know. Shikumo Cool is there to help out. Okay. That level 3 arsenal will be good. Alright, still low. But yeah, land 2 port to sustain your troops. Take away from take away the troops from this district before that. Yeah, starve a turn. Yeah. So he's having problems. Yeah, he's having problems. He's got a lot of artillery and machine guns though. Yeah, they keep moving around, but I don't think it's doing them any good. I don't mind it. Pay them. And play them. Move over here to Amoy. Claim it. Okay, this has actually worked out fantastic. Claim that over here. Dayan. And then we more or less had the promised fall to us. Not much supply out this way, but once we take it, then we'll not have to remain here. Maybe we move upon them, but he should be earning quite a lot of tax from this. He should have a lot of income. I'm going to have to watch that guy. Alright, let's see. Xinjiang Zhongbing will be dealing with soon enough. We do face a threat from out this way and this way. Maybe not so much Hunan, but, you know, it is fairly solidified there, so we have to bear that in mind. Guangxi is a problem. Gonna have to deal with that. I mean, Guangxi's quite powerful in the fact that Guangxi's extended its control out here. But obviously it's fallen apart. The older Guangxi clique has fallen apart. Let's have you return over here. Let's take a look at what we have. Expand the army. Fairly loyal, but not very well equipped. Well, actually, no, they have a good amount. They're not bad troops, actually. Okay. Got 700 influence now. 700 face. So, let's see. Alright, they do retake it. Let's see, can I defeat these guys? I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Yes. Could make a go of it. Doubt it'll work, but could make a go of it. It's not going to happen, though, is it? But I do kind of need to deal with this. Yeah, we weaken them. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, so we failed to take it, which is not a surprise, but it does seem to reduce. It reduces the amount that we need to feed, so, you know. Right. How are we doing here? A district banking system would be nice, I must admit. I think I will go for that. There we are. I think we'll launch a campaign against the old customs to replace that. Do lose some influence there, but we want to go for more modernism, which I need to understand how that actually works, but hopefully it does something good for us. I would like to expand the police force. Alright, what are you up to over here? Dealing with pirates, okay. Oh, hang on. Fuzhou, sorry, actually switched to us once again. Interesting. It's over here. Move back over here to Fuzhou. It's so damn green, that's the problem. But that's okay. Actually, that's a good point. Let's just start bribing the army here. Then once we have them, then that's going to look pretty good for us. Train the magistrates, there we go. Right, loyalty's decreasing there, so that's good then. So if I keep up the bribing, we will be able to deal with them. Okay, so we have a circular telegram here. So the Fengtian clique issued a circular telegram calling the Jili clique members strange to China, accusing them of being the running dogs of foreign powers and have divided the country for the sole purpose of their lead interests. Of course, every important leader in China felt compelled to take a position. Okay, so the diplomatic landscape has been reshaped, so Fengtian clique is no longer allied to Jili clique if it were. The following faction sided with Jili clique. Okay, Hunan sided with them, which is interesting. So they sided with the Jili clique, okay. Fengtian clique. Okay. Oh, they moved over here now. Keep bribing them. $80. Do I bring Shu on board or do I bring on board Li Jun? I kind of want to have Li Jun as kind of directly leading the army of like greater strength and also the army that I did put a lot into, so I kind of would like him back. And I was going to like declare Qing Jiaming a traitor, but I'm not going to do that right now. Oh, I also need to retain that back. Oh, they moved over here to Amoy. Okay. What are they looking like? Alright, I'm gonna have to deal with these guys. So we're gonna kind of like toe hold there in Fujian, but I need to solidify that. Right, we got you back on the team, my fan. My fan. I could create a cavalry regiment here. Yeah, giving it some bonuses set and avoid ambushes, pursue fleeing enemies. Right, we'll make the Yunnan army our army. Which is ironic because we're in Guangdong, but you know. Okay, it's expensive. Pay. I need that level 3 arsenal. Because I need that artillery. That would be great. So let's see, how do we want to proceed here? How much cash do we actually have? 758, 352, 236. Okay, we're not as rich as we once were. Probably because they paid that army, you know. Right, supervise and improvise. There we are. So 1921, what was that, February I think? February 9th. Right, train the magistrates. Those roads would be really nice to have right now. Okay, having railroads would be even better. Alright. Well, piracy's on and off though. I need to defeat these armies, really. But I've got some machine guns, but I kind of need some, like, artillery and, some big guns, basically. Or do I just keep bribing them, but they keep getting paid. So he's wealthy enough to keep his armies paid, which is a problem. Where's the other army gone? Oh, it's over here. And also it's paid. God damn it. I'm going to have to pay my own army then, aren't I? What a pain. As long as I hold on to Fujia, then that's good. I can eventually declare myself governor there. Deal with those pirates. The pirates take that, I can retake it. Well, I can take it for myself, actually. God damn, I keep missing it. Right, nearly there. Soon we'll be in a position to move on to Qingzhongming. And then just move into... Ooh, Feng Tian Clique has taken control of the capital. I hope it's not my capital. It's not my capital. Okay, so... So that's the Feng Tian Clique. Ooh, so they took Beijing there. Oh, look at you guys having armoured trains. That must be bloody nice. That must be nice to have an armoured train. I bet they're cool. No, they haven't taken it. Okay. How do I proceed here? I could bring the army of Shu. I think I bring the army of Shu down here, then we could maybe take this on. And then maybe deal with Cheng Jiaming and then like unify, well link up basically. They're loyal, but really under-equipped. So that's pretty encouraging. So we'll declare him an enemy, essentially. Alright, let's see. I think I just need the 500. Right, we'll dismiss him. Chen Jianming has been disloyal, not only has refused to send rations to support the Northern Expedition, but he made diplomatic efforts to block its progresses. His secret scheme is to get rid of Sun Yat-sen. This is treason. You issued a mandate dismissing Chen Jianming from all of his officers. Chen Jianming laughed at your pretensions and asked for your resignation. Excuse me. Doing so, he unwisely chose to wage a bloody war across Guangdong. As the war rages with Chen faction, some officers join your side. We'll see how that goes then. Not sure which officers, but I'm going to assume some of them. Yeah, those pirates had a bad day. Let's see. You don't really need any more rifles, man. You're pretty well equipped. So if I want to expand that army, I can do. When they want to come back to Earth. Right, there we go. We'll take Shanwei. Yeah, and they just switched us to our side here. So it looked like I need more coolies, which we got there. Again, I don't really want to recruit more men. I kind of want to keep it fairly elite. I think we're at maximum morale. So I could move on to Shantou. We'll try it. Hopefully we'll win. Yeah, there we go. Oh, very nice. Yeah, okay. And it looks like we annihilate them. Yeah, the Finnish army has been annihilated. We capture nearly 2,000 guns. And I realise I've not been watching the chat for a little while now. But it's okay. Yeah, so capture nearly 2,000 guns. We capture 3 machine guns and we gain a lot of face. So that's well worth it. And Shantou switches to our side. Pretty much immediately. Yeah, we have the cavalry here as well, which helps us out. They're pretty good. So we gained the additional machine guns which we've got in here. I've got 7,000 men. Is that enough? I could recruit some more men, but again, this is an elite force, and I don't really want to destroy that right now. So we'll take our chance over here at Chaju. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, harassed by the enemy. Harassed by the enemy cavalry. Many of the fugitives are reaped before reaching a safe place. And there we go. And we take it. Yeah, that's what happens when you have the people on your side. So just walk through their annihilated Chen Jiangming's army. And he's kind of just holed up over here now. So he's kind of screwed. So what we'll do. Take that. Well, it won't move this turn, but soon. And then we'll move in here. Maybe I can even finish them off. If I had enough to order them to move, that is. So we're out of orders this turn, but next turn we will be able to march in there and finish them off. Okay. Policies are going well. Looks like they, yeah, they fought better at that one, didn't they? Move on to them. Yeah, the defending enemy has been annihilated. They're gone, baby. And we gain machine guns. Yeah, they're gone. So that's Chen Jiaming, Zhongming really kind of practically dealt with here, for the most part. Finish them off. Yep, they're gone. There we are. We might have killed him, or he's more or less just out of power now. We'll take it. And the Yunan army has been victorious this day. Can link up over here, and then we can go ahead and... yeah, we can pacify Fujian province. Ooh, they're not obeying me. I need to probably pay them. Yeah, we'll pay them. They're not that loyal. These troops have really been great for me. For our crew, are actually pretty easy to pay right now. This might be a pretty usable army for me. It's very well equipped and relatively small. But yeah, there we go. I could actually move in there and take a Moy. I guess I will take a Moy. There we go. Take a Moy. And move back. Oh, actually, maybe I should stay on Moy. Oh, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. We've got the provisions here. But there we go. So we've got the choice cuts of Fujian. Soon we'll go ahead and complete our control of the Fujian province. I do need to take the rest of Guangdong, Guangdong province, but that'll come in the end. These guys are annoying. I probably want to get rid of them, really. But yeah, just march through here, just annihilated them on the way. Went very well. Take the rebellion's lead. Interesting. Oh, these are rebels. Interesting. Okay. Carried their claims. There we go. So we've got complete... Oh, we've got some pretty hefty influence there over the Mechanic Union now. Nearly there on that. I could go for the policy of reforestation as well, which actually helps out with the agricultural revenue base. There we are. Yeah, so Guangzhou is going to be really quite profitable for us. Vitality is a little low right now. I'd love to try and increase that if I could. But I think that's probably not helped from having, like, these guys around here. Oh, I really need them to go away. They were useful at the start, but not so much right now. I may need to recruit some men here. It's a little better. Right. Oh, they left. Well, that's really handy. So move into Fujian. There we are. I'll take this to the north. Well, you know what I mean. West. Actually, we'll go this way and then I can actually deal with that smaller army. Okay, a Mongol's people army. A growing force of rebels is gathering on Mongolia's northern frontier. It is said already to be 1,000 men strong and certain to receive modern weaponry from the Bolsheviks. They operate in the Kayata, however you want to pronounce it, strategic entry point to Siberia. Okay, cool. Gili Clique has taken control of the capital. Interesting. I'm going to bring the stream to a close here very soon. Bearable burden, yep, we know, we'll move on. Where they go? They're over here and over here. Okay. We'll pay them and then take it, yeah. There we are. So, yes, we'll finish off here then with the majority of Fujian province under our control, the best chunk of Guangdong province under our control as well. Right, they're not looking too hot right now. They're well enough equipped. Likelihood here is then essentially I send the Guangdong army at them and then send the real army, the Yunnan army at them, and then that probably would defeat them. And then once one's gone, then that's pretty much them all gone. I could secure Daiyan, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah, we're looking pretty good there. Just need to take Meizhou. And then we have like a solid power base over here in southern China. But yeah, thanks for watching then, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys have enjoyed that, please do consider supporting me as a content creator. It would be very much appreciated. If this game has copyrighted music, I'm gonna make Jack. Oh, I forgot about these guys. Oh, I didn't know I had guys down here. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I didn't know you were even here. Whoops. Didn't know about that. Did not know. Okay. Nice. Look at that. I didn't even know you were here. I genuinely didn't know they were there. Look at that. Cool. Well, that makes life easy because I actually have a force down there now. Ooh, cool. It looks like it turns blue as we take it. Nice. What a way to end. Okay, that means that we can actually then... I probably should have noticed that then. I don't know how long that's been like that. But indeed, okay. Do I have any support in any other provinces? Not seeing it. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. Seeing it. Okay. Yeah, so with that, that's looking good. So Shema can't look at this over here. Let's invade Japan and Korea. Let's not. Things are interesting, but they're moving in the way that we want them to. Kind of need to get rid of these rebels, though. Wow, they're annoying. I should just pay them and get them killed off somewhere. Alright. So what we'll do then is have to take the south. Once the south's gone... to be honest, once I've got like a good chunk of force, I could move into Guangxi province over here. The issue with Guangxi is there's really crap infrastructure. And it's not really very well... It's not really going to support me very much. What the hell's this? Why'd you have that icon? Oh yeah, that kind of gives you an idea of what it's like here, then I guess. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. Yeah, opium's a big problem. I guess this just means it's a city. You can see our city's pretty well developed. And that's pretty good. So almost there, district banking. Yeah, so influence over workers and peasants. Yep, vitality is very good. Gain more income from agricultural trade, mines and industry. We lose influence over the gentry and merchants. But that's not bad. Well, actually, no, you can see that our influence has reduced here, but that's due to us actually pushing forward these... yeah, you can see our vitality and tradition is very low. That's because we pushed through quite a few reforms here, which they're not particularly enthusiastic with. But we're actually still good with the gentry, still good with the students. I mean, it's still good for everybody, but obviously once we increase that, things will change. Yeah, look at that, looking good. We'd march these guys down here to the south and take control of that, and then that would be the island of Hainan under our control. I do love the traditional Chinese style. It's really good. But thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye for now. Stay sexy. Stay safe.